and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to add a border to a corner-to-corner project. This is going to show you all of my tips and tricks so that you can get a clean, neat, and professional edge on all of your corner-to-corner projects. For today's tutorial, I am using some cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby, and it's called I Love This Cotton. And I'm also using a size H clover crochet hook or a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we begin working our first row of single crochet around the border of this project, we're going to just acclimate ourselves a little bit to this project. And all of your corner-to-corner projects are going to be the same. You're going to have these what I call pixel blocks, and that's how I'm going to refer to them, as these blocks of 3 double crochets, each one of these pixel blocks here. And I'm going to be calling them short and long blocks because along the outside edge you see that these double crochets are worked in different places. So they're alternating short and long blocks. The double crochets are worked this way, the double crochets are worked this way, the double crochets are worked this way, and that's alternating all the way down the edge of your project. So my tip and trick for adding the perfect amount of stitches around a double crochet corner to corner project is to work 3 single crochets over a block on both ends at the corner. So when I start here, when I add on my yarn, I'm going to work 3 single crochets across the edge of this block here. When I come around over on this side, I'm also going to want to work 3 single crochets because this is the long side of that block. So I'll have 3 and 3. That will help me turn this corner without adding extra stitches into that corner. But once I add in my yarn and I start working across the edge, this next block is a long block and I'm going to work 3 single crochets along the edge and at the top of each of those double crochet stitches. Now I'm at a short block. I worked 3 in this previous, so now I'm going to work 2 over this block. Long block 3, short block 3 because I worked 2 in the previous one, long block 3, short block 2 because I worked 3 in the previous short block. So you're just going to continue that on down, which will give you an even and flat first row of single crochet. And I'm going to show you where you're going to want to place your stitches. So I'm going to add my yarn here with a single crochet. And remember, I said I'm going to want to work 3 single crochets along that short block to begin with. So I'm working, in this situation, I'm working into that chain 3 at the top of that block. And you're just going to be working into those chains evenly along that edge. So I have 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to place one between those 2 blocks right here. You don't want to split any stitches. You don't want to split your yarn. So just find the best place evenly. Don't place 2 in the same place. Space them evenly across the block. Then I'm at a long block. There's going to be 3, and you're going to place 1 at the top of each of those double crochet stitches. Some of them may be tight because we worked slip stitches into them, but just place them at the top of each of those double crochet stitches on a long block. Now I'm at a short block again. I worked 3 over my previous short block, so now I'm just going to be working 2, and I'm going to work into those chains. So 2 single crochets across that block, working into the chains. Now I'm at a long block, 1 single crochet at the top of each of those double crochet stitches. I'm at a short block. I worked 2 over my previous, so I'm going to work 3 over this one. So again, I'm going to be working in those chains. It's best if you try to work those stitches into the same place as each of your previous blocks. So whatever chain I worked in before, I'm going to want to work in again, just so that I have the same look to my project. And then I'm at a long block, 1 single crochet at the top of each of those stitches. So you're just going to continue that same pattern all the way around your project. But I do recommend that periodically, every few blocks or so, you just put your project down and see if it still continues to lie flat, making sure that it's not gaining any waviness, making sure that it's not puckering or bunching up in any way, and that your project looks professional, neat, and clean edge. So you can see that I'm adding a good amount of stitches because my project is lying flat without any help, and the stitches look even, and they're kind of hiding themselves around that outside edge. So if I were to go ahead and add another row of border and another color, this row would become somewhat invisible. And I had talked about this before, but there's no need to add any extra stitches into your corner. You're just going to be working 3 stitches along that short side of that same pixel block, and that's going to help you turn that corner without adding extra stitches. And you can see it lies nice and flat, it's not curling up. So you're just going to continue that same pattern all the way around the outside edge of your project until you get to the first stitch. Now once you've made it all the way around the outside of your project, you're just going to slip stitch to your first stitch that you made. And at this point, you could go ahead and add additional border rows if you'd like to do that. You could fasten off and just use this as your completed border. You'd also be able to go ahead and fasten off, and you'd be ready to seam or sew corner to corner panels together with this base to start with. So that's all there is to it. And if you'd like more details about corner to corner, be sure to check out the rest of my videos. I have several, all the way from basic through advanced corner to corner techniques. I also have a lot of corner to corner free crochet patterns at nanascraftyhome.com, so head on over there if you are interested in getting copies of those free patterns. As always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. You can find me at Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And you can always reach out to me at nanascraftyhome@gmail.com. Thanks everyone for being here. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.